Hello everyone, welcome to QuintEdge. This is CA FRM Yash Jan. In this video, we are going to discuss CA versus CFA. And it is coming from someone who has completed his CA and have taught thousands of candidates who prepare for CFA exam. So firstly, let me give you a very brief introduction to both the courses. CA, Chartered Accountant, it is offered by ICAI. It is an institute set up by Act of Parliament. If you want to specialize into audit and accounting, along with the taxation as well, you can do CA. Then this is considered equivalent to post-graduation in India, and it is mainly recognized in India. Though Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, ICAI, is working very aggressively to sign MOUs with other accounting bodies across the world, but still, majority of the recognition is still there in India. CFA, on the contrary, is a USA-based course. It is operated by CFA Institute USA. If you want to specialize in the field of finance, then CFA is the course for you. And this is also considered equivalent to post-graduation by all the employers across the globe. This course has global recognition. It's not that it will be only recognized in India. Across India, in more than 160 plus markets, it is recognized everywhere. So now, once we have understood the basics about these courses, now let us discuss the structure for the video. Firstly, we'll discuss the admission process, the eligibility criteria, then we'll compare their curriculum. Then we'll have a discussion around how their exam structures are different, then cost and duration to complete both the courses, difficulty level and pass rate, job role, salary, placement, who are the top employers, and which course is better for you. And I'll give you my personal advice also on these courses. So without being late, let us start. So firstly, let us compare the admission process, the eligibility criteria. If in case you want to go for CA, you have to complete your 12th standard and then you have to give entrance exam called as CA Foundation. It was earlier called as CPT. Then after clearing CPT, you will get entry to intermediate level. After intermediate level, you will have to go through articleship and then you will go for CA finals. Or you can skip this step of giving CA Foundation or CA entrance exam, can directly get into inter-level after completing your graduation. So you can complete your graduation and get into CA Inter, the intermediate level directly, or give entrance exam after 12th and start preparing for Inter after clearing your entrance exam. CFA, if in case you are about to complete your bachelor's degree, that is 23 months or less are left, you can go for L1. And then there are recent changes in the eligibility for L2. So before completing your graduation now, you can also appear for CFA level 2. Or alternatively, in case you have not done your graduation, then can't you pursue CFA? You can. You need total 4,000 paid hours. Like internship and all will also count, assuming they are being paid, right? If in case you have worked on your own business, then also it will be counted. This should be paid working hours. That's the criteria. Okay. So both of them have almost similar kind of criteria. Both of them requires you some basic qualification here, about to complete graduation, and here completed 12th. Basically at a very early age, you can start. If in case you have done your bachelor's, you can start both the courses. CA directly and CFA level 1 still you have to give even if you have completed your bachelor's degree. Now, curriculum comparison. So this is what I have been through personally for CFA as well as CA courses. CA, firstly, you learn income tax and you learn indirect tax, that is GST. Then you learn about auditing and assurance. These are auditing standards, your essays, standards on auditing. Then financial reporting, this is how to prepare P&L, balance sheet, cash flow. Basically accounting part is there and it becomes slightly complicated when you reach final level. Then because you start dealing with accounting standards. Then we have advanced accounting, so subsidiary accounting, branch accounting, all these things are there. Then we have cost accounting. This is basically costing. Then we have business laws, communication, ethics. Corporate laws is Companies Act. Then we have statistics. This is there at the foundation level. And then we have economics. So over here, you'll notice I have not intentionally written one subject, financial management. You have to study that as well, financial management. Now in financial management, in CA, you learn subjects like equity, fixed income, derivatives, alternate investment. So financial management is one subject within CA, and within those, these are individual chapters. Okay, 1 or 2 chapters will be around this. In CFA, they expand into subjects. So financial management, finance, it's taught in CA as well. But whatever you learn in CA is just the very base level knowledge. It is explored fully in CFA. So when you move to CFA, because you're dealing with someone else's money when you become investment professional. So firstly, the most emphasis is given on ethics, especially in CFA level 1. Then we have quantitative maths. It's similar to statistics, but goes beyond it. Here, statistics, what is taught is more or less number crunching. Here it is application of number crunching. That's the difference. Then we have financial statement analysis. Again, here you learn how to prepare P&L, balance sheet, cash flow. Here you learn, once someone has prepared it, how do you analyze it? Then corporate issuance, capital structure, ESG, cost of debt, cost of equity, weighted average cost of capital, leverage, etc. You learn about it. And now these are the investment classes: equity, fixed income, derivatives, and alternate investments. What were subjects over here? What were chapters over here are subjects over here. Then combining all these 4 portfolio investments, we create portfolio. So you're also taught how to create and manage a portfolio. This is the curriculum, right? I'm personally inclined towards this. That's why even after completing CA, I never went for taxation or auditing or maybe costing or company law, or never started my own practice. Okay, now let us move ahead and let us discuss structure of exams. Firstly, let's focus on CA. So there will be 3 levels: foundation, inter, and final. Inter and final are the real beast. CA foundation is relatively easy to deal with. CA foundation level, there will be 4 papers, descriptive and non-descriptive, and there will be negative marking as well. Then you move to intermediate level and final level. There will be 2 groups. Like CA inter will have 2 groups and CA final will have 2 groups. In those 2 groups, there will be 4 paper each. So in total, 8 paper in inter and 8 paper in final. Okay. All the papers are not descriptive. All the papers are not MCQ based. It's a mix of that. So some papers will have 20-30% of MCQs and remaining part will be descriptive. For MCQs, there will be no negative marking. This is CA inter and final. And then we have CFA. In total, CFA level 1, level 2, level 3, 10 subjects are there. One single day in approximately 4-5 hours, you will be giving paper for all of them. So like 5-10 questions are asked from all the subjects. So all 10 topics are there across all 3 levels. There will be 3 papers. You can ignore this. And then CFA level 1, level 2 will be completely MCQ and no negative marking. And CFA level 3, it will be MCQ plus constructed response, that is essay type question, in which you have to type maybe some lines about the response to a particular situation that you are giving. So it's not like you have to write 5, 6, 7 pages. Hardly a couple of lines are there. So you can say mostly CFA exam is MCQ based and there is no negative marking. C exams broadly is descriptive and there is no negative marking. Now, let's move and let's discuss the duration and the cost. First of all, we are discussing the minimum duration. You can give n number of paper for both CFA as well as CA. For CA, minimum duration, it takes around 6 months to prepare and give CPT, that is foundation exam. Then it takes around 1 year, 9 months of preparation, and then you give paper group 1, group 2. Approximately it takes around 1 year. Then you have 36 months of articleship. Articleship is in after clearing any of the group of IPCC. You have to go to a chartered accountant and work with him or work under him. And once you submit this work experience, like you have to complete this work experience, then you can go for final exams. Final exams, it takes around again 1 year. because you're preparing for final exams during these 36 months, some people give both groups, some people give one group at a time. So it generally takes 1 year for people to clear final exams as well. And it can extend beyond as well because the pass rate are really low. So we can say minimum duration to complete CA is between 4.5 years to 5 years, right? Now, study hours, that's too much. CPT, around 300 hours. IPCC, there are 8 subjects. And let's say you go for coaching class and this is the time they take. On an average, let's say 150 to 200 hours for one subject. So that will translate to around 1600 hours. And then you will study by yourself as well, right? For another 400 hours. So bare minimum, 1500 hours for IPCC. And then final, it just becomes slightly more than that. So approximately you'll have to study, if I add it up, approximately it will be 3800 hours. This is how much you have to study over the period of 5 years, right? Total cost, excluding coaching, will be less than 40,000-50,000. So CA is not a very expensive course to do if you eliminate the coaching part. Coaching also add maybe 10,000-12,000 per subject. So in total there are 16 to 20 subjects. Add another 2 lakh rupees. So 2.5 lakhs including coaching you can do CA. And you are also earning when you are doing articleship. So you get a very small amount, like this is called as stipend. You get stipend amount that is good enough to take care of your basic expenses like fuel, food, etc. So you earn something also, let's say 2, 3, 4,000, 5,000 rupees per month. So 5,000 over 36 months, you can do the math. So net and net, whatever you earn, whatever you invest will come approximately at the same range. So financially, it will not burden you. CFA on the contrary is an expensive course to do. In total, approximately 18 months to 2 years, you can complete CFA level 1, level 2, level 3. There is no work-ex requirement for appearing for level 3 or level 2. Then, approximately you have to devote 450 hours each. For L1, 450 hour, L2, 450 hour, L3, 450 hour. So approximately, let's say 500. So in 1500 hours, you'll be able to clear CFA. But this is to be done over course of 2 years. And this entire thing have to be done over course of 5 years. So obviously you are getting more time. So you have to study also more. CA syllabus is far, far more than CFA syllabus. Then fees part. In total, you have to pay $940 for level 1, level 2, level 3 registration. And one-time enrollment fees of $350. So this roughly adds up to 3 lakh rupees. And then there are coaching, calculator, book, etc. Let's add another 1.5 lakhs. So it will cost you 4.5 lakhs, 5 lakhs to complete CFA. But what candidates do is, after completing CFA level 1 or level 2, they start working. And they don't make 4,000-5,000 rupees. They end up making at least 20,000-30,000 rupees on lower side. And maybe 1 lakh, 1.5 lakhs on higher side as well, depending upon what you have done in your graduation and all, right? If someone have done their graduation from SRCC, they'll get higher package than in comparison to a person who have done his graduation from tier 2, tier 3 college, right? So because they're working also and then along with it, they are like pursuing this course. So ultimately, whatever they earn exceeds whatever they are investing in CFA over the course of 2 years, okay? So net and net, costing wise, it will not bother you this one also and this one also. It's just that it's more efforts, but then also it gives you access to accounting. Like CAs generally have more knowledge of accounting. CFAs will have more knowledge about finance part. Now, let us move ahead and let us be factual and let us discuss the difficulty level. So CPT pass rate in 2023, this is the latest data, was around 38%. So like out of every 100 students, 38 are able to clear. Then IPCC, pass rate is around 10%. Then for final, pass rate is around 8%. So you can see over here, entry is easy. 38% out of 100, 38% are able to clear. So let's say 1,000, 380 people are able to clear. Out of 380, then 10%, that is 38 people are able to clear. And then out of that 38%, you can do the math. So it will be around 3-4 people who are able to clear all the exams in one go. So CA is really tough. It will test you on every level possible. Like before Diwali, you will have exams. Like right now when I'm recording, I have some friends who are still trying to appear for CA and they have their exams just after Diwali. So you'll miss out on Holis and Diwalis. That's what we used to say when we were preparing for CA. No Diwali, no CA for, no Diwali and no Holi for CA students. Then CFA, pass rate is more or less stable around 40 to 50%. For L1, for February, May and August 23, it has been more or less around 37-38%. For L2, the results came out last month for the August attempt and the results are more or less around 48-49% on an average, and L3 is also around 48%. Results also came out one day before when I am recording this video, but PPT was prepared last week. It is approximately in the same range. So more or less you can say for each exam for CFA, pass rate will be between 40 to 50%. Here the pass rate is lower, right? So around 10% for IPCC and 8% for final. This is, by the way, both groups. Okay. So on the face of it, it looks difficult to clear CA. Now job roles. What will you do after completing these? One thing, after completing both of them, you can be a mentor, you can be a teacher, you can start your own institute. That's what I did. Other than this, you can be a tax consultant, you are specialist in taxation, you can be auditor. Only you guys can be auditor in India. No one else who can sign balance sheet, P&L and cash flow statement, basically the financial statements of a particular company. Then it comes with its perks. It's difficult, but it comes with its perks. Then we have management accountant, that is you can be cost accountant, financial controller and own practice. You can start with your own practice as well. Then we have CFA. CFA, you can be financial analyst or you can be wealth manager. You can go into equity research, portfolio management, investment banking or wealth planning. You can become a fund manager. That is again portfolio manager. You can be into advisory, M&A advisory or maybe general consultancy, and you can also go into valuations. So these are the fields that are available to CFA and CA. Tax consultant can again be divided into indirect tax, direct tax. What do? You can specialize in either of them or you can do both of them. Most of the people who have their own practice generally tend to do all these things together. From whatever source, like you have power to sign documents and you have responsibilities to verify them. So from whatever source, you can help clients to resolve their problem. You can do, you can go for audit of that client. You can also handle their income tax return, right? You can also act as their financial controller and you can also help them to do costing of products and help them strategically as well. Then let us move ahead and let us discuss the salary part. We have discussed the job role. Salary, articleship, depend from where you are doing, but at least 2-3 lakhs you will earn on lower side and on a higher side 4-5 lakhs you will earn over the period of 36 months. It can be more than this also, but that happens very rarely. And after completing CA, you will end up with a package of 8 to 12 lakhs. So in case you have completed your CA in multiple attempts, then around 7, 8, 9 lakhs. If in case you have completed your CA in first attempt and you are a ranker, you'll get maybe 15, 17, 18 lakhs. But this is the broad range that most of the people get placed at. Then CFA, level 1, 5 to 8 lakh rupees on an average. Level 2, 8 to 12 lakh. Level 3, beyond 12 lakh. Okay. And for CFA, if in case you have done CA, that's the standalone degree, that is good enough. But when you are doing CFA, your graduation etc. also matters a lot. So in case you have done graduation from tier 1 college, your package will be on higher side. But in case you have done graduation from tier 2 college, your package might be on lower side. So from where you have done graduation, what you have done before also matters. Okay. Both of them are distance learning course. You don't have to visit any institute. You can sit at your home and study whatever books are provided to you, appear for exams, and you should be able to get these designations, CFA or CA. Okay. Now, to whom it will suit the best? CA, in case, like for me, it was very clear, I want to go into field of finance. I was not very sure whether it will be investment banking or equity research or consultancy or maybe portfolio management or something else. But for me, it was very clear it is finance, right? So I chose after completing CA, I was exposed to finance when I was doing CA, and then I moved to CFA, FRM, modeling, valuations, all these things. For you, in case it's very clear, you want to do taxation, you want to do accounting, you want to do auditing, you want to start your own practice and do all these things, then CA is the course for you. But in case you want to move to core finance, right? You just don't want to prepare P&L, balance sheet, cash flow. That's the role of CA. You have to analyze and you have to suggest whether you should be investing in these companies or not. You try to value particular company. You want to act as a financial advisor. CAs can also act, but CFAs have a better edge over CA in financial analysis because their specialization is there. Sir, can I do both? Yes, you can do both, but like that's your calling. I have to, if in case I have to select one, in case you are very clear, you have to go for CA, then only go for it because there will be lots of hiccups. That's a reality because you have to serve for around 36 months and then pass rate is also really low. So you might have to reappear for groups, right? So these exams, out of 4 exams, in case you fail in one, you have to appear for all 4 of them. In CFA also, in case out of 10 paper you fail in any of the exams, you have to again appear for the entire level. So that is there in both the courses. But for CFA, the curriculum is kind of limited, but for CA, it's too vast. Like one group of CA, let's say CA final group 1 is equivalent to CFA level 2 entirely. And another group of CA final is equivalent to level 3. So you are studying far more in CA. But this also comes with its perk, right? You will be very well recognized in India. You will have lots of avenues open that are not available to CFAs. So CA versus CFA, my personal pick is CFA. It is generally quick to do, easy to do, and you can start working relatively fast because after clearing level 1, you can get job into like core finance field at a very base level as a junior analyst, right? And CA generally is less rewarding, like when you are pursuing it. The probability of you clearing exam is very low, and at the same time, after clearing also, you end up making almost same amount of money in case you are keeping money into consideration. So my personal vote will go for CFA, but it's your calling. You have to decide. I'm not trying to influence you. I'm also not trying to say CA is better than CFA. I am really grateful for this course because whatever I know, the base that I found is with this course, and CFA is a building on top of it, right? FRM is also building on top of it. So this is a very detailed and very thorough course. And though there are some shortcomings, but still whatever you learn in CA is so comprehensive, it's so detailed, like you will learn so many things. CFA is more focused. So you have to decide what you want to do. So this was the basics about these courses. Now who will be your top employers? For CA, it's Big 4 generally, right? So KPMG, EY, Deloitte and PwC. Especially in case you want to go into auditing and taxation, Big 4s are the one. Then for CFA, you will be working with maybe global investment banks like we have JP Morgan, Goldman, Morgan Stanley, HSBC, Deutsche Banks. If in case you move into private equity or equity research, you'll have other firms. Like for private equity, you'll have Cargill Group. In case you want to move towards consulting, you have Bain, BCG, McKinsey. If in case you want to move into fund management, you have Blackstone, and so many other companies are there. So these are the top employers that I think someone who is very new to these fields might have heard about, right? Okay, so this is it for this video. I hope this video will help you to take an informed decision. Before we conclude with the video, my opinion or my vote is in favor of CFA. But still, I'm saying generally people are afraid to endorse what they teach. They want to remain unbiased. And I'm saying here I'm biased towards CFA. But the whole and sole reason is I've been through the phase of CA as well as CFA. So it's coming from a person who have tasted both the food, right? So CA, in case there is some force that will continuously keep you motivated to continue CA, because there will be lots of hiccup. You can go for CA. It's a tremendous course. It's a tremendous achievement. For CFA, it's a relatively easy course to do. Monetarily, it compensates you well enough, actually very well enough. Over the years, you tend to earn slightly more than some CAs. So take an informed decision. I've already told where I am biased at, as well as I've already told my experience about CA versus CFA. So till next time, bye-bye.